Hey, everybody. Today we're going to dive into that strange world of book quizzes, those online tools that claim to know exactly what you want to read, depending on personality, or I guess your favorite color. Who knows? Do they work? Let's find out.
I love quizzes.
Quizzes are fun, but book quizzes may be a little bit different depending on who you ask or what you're looking for. So, for those who probably know, if you are a reader, book quizzes are everywhere online. Places like BuzzFeed, even Goodreads, has those quizzes to basically help you pick your next read. What do they do? How do they work? Well, no matter what I looked up, there didn't seem to be a specific formula per se. But really, what book quizzes say they're going to do for you is to give you your next reads depending on, I guess, what you've read before.
Hmm.
So the question, I guess, would be, is this necessary? Or if you already know what you want to read, is it easy for you as the individual to search maybe by the author, by the genre? For me, when I'm looking up the next book to read or listen to, I kind of follow with what I did previous. So if I finished a book and I really like that subject, I'll go back and look up the same search term because I already know that that's going to be the thing. If I'm looking for something new, I was actually given a recommendation that I'm reading as a buddy read for something I hadn't read, but the genre was of interest. I learned that, you give a book a few chapters, you might actually be pleasantly surprised. And that was a recommendation from someone that I knew. So you kind of, you use whether it's your friend doing it or whether it's the book quiz. So I know you said, you like quizzes. Have you done these before? Have you seen these
I
before?
I've done quizzes before all the time. I don't think I've ever actually done a book quiz, so to speak, which is fascinating. So I guess I'm going to be on the lookout for them. I guess you're saying it's in Goodreads and
If you Google book quizzes, you'll probably get a whole list of websites that do it, whether they're personal from blogs or whether they're from companies, whatever. For me, what I noticed, it's kind of like the magic eight ball. You're kind of shaking it to see what pops up, and if it makes sense, you go for it. If it doesn't, you continue on. So really the question, like I said, it do they work? And it seems that really it works best if you really legitimately don't know what you want to read, the book slump, so to speak. So if you are just looking for a book and you don't know where to go, where to start, book quiz is probably going to be perfect for you. However, if you are someone like myself who already kind of has an idea,
right.
the book quiz may just be fun. It may just be kind of silly, whatever. But I think for someone who already knows who they're reading or what subject they want to read about, the book quiz may not be as important, I guess.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I also am one of those people that I know what I want to read next. Not necessarily the author or the name of the book, but the
Mhm.
category, genre. So unless I were to take a quiz that was built around that category, that genre, and then it told me what I might want to go read next, that actually could be very helpful.
Yeah, that is true. It's kind of like you go to the library and you ask the person behind the
Right.
desk, hey, I just finished so and so. Can you give me three titles that would be similar? And they're like, sure. And they lead you over to the place and be like, check out any of these. And then it's up to you to pick which one
Right.
you want to read.
Yeah. So that could be helpful. I mean, I think that could be helpful, especially if you're looking for a genre. And then you can do a quiz because it'll ask you questions. Well, do you like romance? Do you like uh, scenery? Whatever. And then they can
Right.
give you that. So that might work.
Yeah. So I think at the end of the day, guys, if you want to try one, if you haven't, go for it. If you already have, let us know which ones you've taken, and let us know if you've noticed how they've helped or maybe didn't help, depending on what you were actually looking for in terms of your next read.
So have you actually found a favorite book doing this?
Not that I can remember. I think the problem I had was the questions asked were very specific. And when it gave me the answer, I already would have known that was the answer. So it wasn't so much that I got something that became, the best book I've ever read. It was more so, thank you for reminding me what I just told you,
Mhm.
and I could have told you that minus that. So I mean, I've seen books out there that surprised me, but
Yeah.
via a quiz, I don't think I've ever actually gotten a crazy title that I would have never even, you know.
So you, from what I'm hearing you say, you don't really prefer doing the quizzes. You'd rather get a recommendation from a staff member, or browsing the shelves, or talking to somebody else, kind of thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, like if I'm on a forum or if I'm on a server somewhere and we're talking books and someone goes, "Oh, oh, you like so and so, have you heard about this one?" And
Hmm.
they'll give me the title, they'll give me the plot. I can look it up myself on Google, and usually it's either, "Oh, okay, maybe not this one, but thanks for the offer," or "Wow, you were totally right. I would have never thought to look this up," and I ended up opening up an entire author or genre I would have never even looked at via that person.
It makes me think, with the advent of artificial intelligence, I wonder how that could be incorporated with quizzes and things like that, so that it literally can give you something that's very specific. I'm sure it's coming. Artificial intelligence is touching everything.
Right.
We always want to remind you to go visit the Next Chapter bookstore.shop. Got some really great things in there. Great books. They're used books, gently used. That means somebody else touched them and read them, and their stories continue on in the books. You all know how much I love that. So go check it out. And if you know a genre that you're looking for when you get to the site, which by the way is beautiful, Rob, it's up, it's gorgeous. You did a great reboot of it. Go check it out. It's going to be perfectly fun, I think. Any last thoughts, Rob?
Um, either way, go check out a new book, something you never would have read. You might be surprised.
And let us know in the comments how you like to get your next title to read. See you next time.